What's up, you guys? Welcome to a new video. Today I wanted to show you how we install the Nayax readers on the Mega Minis on the claw machines. When you order Nayax, make sure to get the pulse cord so that you can actually connect it. This is specifically for claw machines, not other vending machines. And this is the contents of the box we're showing off. This is the antenna. You do get the other cord by default. This is a little template if you need to cut out the space. And here my husband is trying to show the wires that you need from Nayax. It doesn't really focus the camera, so it's Nayax green pulse 1, Nayax red AC DC plus, and Nayax black AC DC minus. I'm just gonna put it on the screen. So what you do is you prep them. Obviously you need to strip them so you can have access to the wire, and that's what my husband is gonna do. He did that to all of them to speed up the process. Now you can connect another wire to the sensor on the Mega Mini, but I do not do that. So this is something that you pull out of Mega Mini. It's already ready to go. You have the yellow, blue, and the black wires, and obviously you need to strip them so you can get access to that copper part. I mean, I don't know anything about this, so whatever. You prep it and then you connect it. So the first thing you do is red to the yellow. Once it's all done, my husband adds a little bit of the electrical tape. I speed up the process so not to bore you guys with the whole process, but I did want to show as much as possible. Then it's black to black, black to the Nayax black, which is AC DC minus. And then the last one would be the blue to Nayax green, which is pulse 1. A little bit of electric tape, and the end result looks like this. After that, you take it apart basically, because you're gonna need to hang it or to pull it through. This is where you basically plug in the cord. I think that's pretty easy and self-explanatory. The antenna would be plugged in over here, but we actually are gonna put it through a hole so that the antenna is sticking out on the outside. So we're gonna show this a little bit later in the video, but for the sake of demonstration, my husband did this. Once all the wires and the Nayax machines are prepped, you gotta prep the machine. And obviously the easiest way to do it would be taking out everything so you have full access. This plexiglass is attached with a little screw, so you need to take it out. It's not difficult. I would say it's probably for a bigger guy that like my husband, it's a little bit just tricky to get access to it. Other than that, it's easy, obviously. And then you take out the metal plate to gain the access to the insides of the machine. Once that's done, a little bit of wiggling and the plate comes out pretty easily, and voila, we see the insides of the machine, which is pretty cool. This is my husband demonstrating where you find that wire that we actually took out earlier. This is already ready for Nayax, so just pull it out, and that's the wires that you prep. This is what it looks like, the cutout already ready on all the Mega Minis. You don't see it when the machine is wrapped, but I have the white ones, plain ones, so you can see it right there. Those are the little screws that you have to undo in order to gain the access. And don't lose those screws. Those are very important because they're going to be holding the Nayax reader also. So I'm going to speed up obviously through the process of my husband. We just have to remove this plate. Yes, I was showing this tool that he was using. I believe it's 7mm, he said. No idea what it's called. Sorry. Not a tool person. And then you cut out, super careful not to damage the wrap, and basically just push it in because it's barely holding on. It's very convenient the way it's done, and with a little bit of effort, really, it's out. And this is how the cutout looks like. It's ready for the Nayax. So we put the antenna through those little holes basically, and the reason why I put the antennas on the outside is because on the locations the service is not that great. So to make sure that Nayax works properly, I put the antennas on the outside, and we decided to prep that in the advance because in my previous locations I had to do it while at the location, and it's just a little too much. So once the antenna is placed properly, everything is on the inside, my husband just pushes the Nayax through the hole, and you need to place back those little screws that were holding up the other plate. That's why I said don't lose those little screws. Speed up through that process, and then you plug it in. Everything is ready to go on Mega Mini, so the installation of Nayax is super simple. And this is how the end result looks. Now, we ended up installing all the Nayaxes on my 7 Mega Minis that night, and the next day I had to add 3 of them to my account. And once you do that, they normally need to do firmware update, and so the 3 of them that are showing cash only over there, they need a firmware update. For some reason, whatever reason, I have been having trouble with Nayax making it work. When you have cash only error, you could try to do just a reload or a poll, or you can also reset the configurations, but in my case it was not working. So I actually found a way to work around it with the help of the tech, but basically we were trying everything. So what I do when that happens, I go into my Machine on MoMA app, I find the machine that I need, go into actions, and I do dump the parameters. And after that, I do through the app, I go onto the machine itself, and in the tech mode I do poll, or if it doesn't pick up poll and it doesn't restart, I do reboot basically. And I did that to all of the 3 machines that were new, and you just basically wait for the firmware update to go through, because that's what's missing. And this is the screen that you want to be seeing, is with all the downloads, and it tells you how long it needs still to download, and it shows you how many % has already been downloading. I believe there's like 3 different updates, so once one is loaded, the next one goes. So all the antennas are out, beautiful, and voila, after a couple of hours all the downloading is done. There's like 3-4 downloads. I think this one is reloading, and normally it takes a couple of reloads for the cache only to disappear, for all the amounts to show up. Sometimes I have to do factory reset, but most of the times just reloading a configuration does the trick, or in this case dump the parameters was a new trick that I learned. So I hope you guys found this video informative and useful, and yeah, stay tuned for more, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.